Are you sending out resume after resume and still not hearing back? It might be due to some common resume mistakes that are easy to overlook. Welcome! In today's video, we're going to break down the top 5 resume mistakes and how to avoid them. By recognizing these mistakes, you can turn your resume into a job-winning tool. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to fix these mistakes. And as a special bonus, I'm giving you my free, A Smarter Job Search Guide to help you stand out even more in your job search. Make sure you grab your copy from the description below. Now let's jump right into mistake number 1. Mistake number 1, typos and grammatical errors. Even a small typo can send your resume straight to the reject pile because it shows a lack of attention to detail. Picture this: a hiring manager spots a spelling mistake or a misuse of there on your resume. It may seem minor, but to employers it screams carelessness. Recruiters often review dozens of resumes a day. If yours has managed a team misspelled as managed a team, that one letter could cost you an interview opportunity. The fix: proofread. Always double check your resume for spelling and grammar errors. Use spell check tools, and even better, have a friend or mentor review it. A fresh pair of eyes can catch mistakes you might have missed. An error-free resume shows professionalism. It tells the employer that you care about quality, a great first impression before you even meet them. Mistake number 2, sending the same resume for every application. In other words, a one-size-fits-all resume that isn't tailored to the job. Using a generic resume for every job is a common mistake. Employers want to see that you have the specific skills and experience they're looking for. If your resume is too generic, it won't speak to their needs and might blend in with the rest. Imagine a job posting asks for project management experience in the healthcare industry, but your resume talks in general terms and doesn't mention healthcare at all. That mismatch makes it hard for the recruiter to see you as a fit for their job. The fix: tailor your resume for each application. You don't need to rewrite it from scratch every time, but tweak it to highlight the most relevant skills and achievements for the job at hand. Use keywords from the job description so it's obvious at a glance that your experience matches what they need. Our tailored resume shows you took the time to understand the role. This extra effort can put you ahead of candidates who sent a generic application, making you more likely to get that call for an interview. Mistake number 3, including irrelevant information or too much detail. Cramming every bit of your life onto your resume can hurt more than help. Hiring managers typically spend only seconds scanning each resume. If yours is 3 or 4 pages long or filled with information that doesn't relate to the job, it's going to be overwhelming. They might not find the key info before losing interest. For example, listing every club you joined or every hobby you have can distract from your qualifications. If you're applying for an accounting job, the employer probably doesn't need to know you were photography club president or that you love gourmet cooking. Those details take up valuable space. When important information is buried in a sea of text, there's a good chance the employer will miss what makes you great. They shouldn't have to hunt for your qualifications. If they can't quickly find what they're looking for, they may move on to the next candidate. The fix: keep it focused and concise. Trim away the fluff and irrelevant details. Aim for 1 to 2 pages for most career levels that showcase your most relevant experience, skills, and accomplishments. Remove outdated or unrelated information so that only the good stuff remains. Quality over quantity is the key. A concise, targeted resume that highlights your best qualifications is far more effective than a lengthy one that tries to say everything. By showing only what matters most, you're making a stronger impression and keeping the reader's attention. Hey there! You're watching Nailthenextstep, your ultimate guide for career success. Are these resume tips helping you so far? Awesome! We've covered 3 big resume mistakes: typos, generic resumes, and information overload, and how to fix them. If you're getting value from this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below to share which mistake resonated most with you. Also, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more tips to nail your next step in your career. Now, before we move on to the last 2 mistakes, I want to share an additional resume mistake that didn't quite make our top 5 list, but it's still important to avoid. Bonus mistake: ignoring applicant tracking systems, ATS. Many companies use ATS software to scan resumes before a human ever sees them. If you use fancy graphics, tables, or unusual fonts, the computer might struggle to read your resume and could automatically filter you out. The fix here is to keep your format simple and include keywords from the job description. Make sure your section headings are standard terms like work experience or education, so the software recognizes them. This way, whether a computer or a person is reading your resume, you'll pass the test. All right, let's get back to our top 5 list now. Here comes mistake number 4. Mistake number 4, focusing on job duties instead of achievements. This happens when your resume just lists what you were responsible for rather than what you accomplished. If your resume reads like a job description, for example, responsible for managing team meetings or responsible for customer service, it doesn't tell the hiring manager how well you did those things. Employers don't just want to know what you did, they want to know how you did it and how it benefited the company. Let's compare. Saying managed a sales team is okay, but saying managed a sales team of 5, increasing regional sales by 20% in 6 months, is much stronger. The second version clearly shows success and impact. It quantifies your work and gives a result. See the difference? The achievement-focused statement immediately tells the recruiter you can deliver results. It's far more impressive and memorable, which increases your chances of landing an interview. The fix: turn your duties into accomplishments. Think about what you achieved in each role. Did you save time, cut costs, grow sales, improve customer satisfaction? Whenever possible, use numbers or specific outcomes. For example, instead of handled customer service, write something like resolved 50+ customer inquiries weekly, maintaining a 95% satisfaction rating. By highlighting results like these, you paint a clear picture of what you can bring to your next employer. It transforms your resume from a simple list of tasks into a story of impact and results. Now maybe you're thinking, what if my job wasn't easy to measure? Even if you don't have hard numbers, you can still emphasize achievements. Perhaps you streamlined a process, received Employee of the Month, or completed a project ahead of schedule. These are accomplishments too. Be sure to include any positive feedback or improvements you were part of. Bottom line, show how you made a difference in your previous roles. Don't just say what you were responsible for. When your resume demonstrates the value you added, employers can easily imagine you bringing that same value to their team. Mistake number 5, poor formatting or layout. If your resume is hard to read or looks unprofessional, it might not get the attention it deserves. A cluttered resume can be an instant turnoff. Imagine a page packed wall to wall with text in a tiny font. A busy recruiter might take one look and decide it's too much work to find the important details. If your resume is hard to read, it may not be read at all. On the flip side, doing too much with design can also hurt you. Sure, a unique layout might catch the eye, but if it's too flashy or unorthodox, it can distract from your content. The hiring manager shouldn't have to decode your resume. Form should never overshadow function when it comes to presenting your qualifications. Inconsistent formatting is another common issue. Little things like misaligned bullet points, varying date formats, or sections that aren't uniform can make your resume look sloppy. These details subtly signal a lack of thoroughness, even if the content itself is good. And don't overlook the professionalism of your details. Using a jokey or inappropriate email address, like partygirl99@... or including a photo or personal info that wasn't requested can come across as unprofessional in many industries. You want all aspects of your resume to say serious candidate, not casual or uninformed. The fix: keep your format clean and consistent. Use a simple, easy-to-read font and stick to it throughout. Make sure your headings, like education, work experience, skills, stand out clearly, and that all your bullet points and dates are formatted the same way. Consistency makes your resume look polished. Use bullet points and white space wisely, so your resume doesn't look like a big block of text. A bit of breathing room on the page is inviting to the reader's eyes. If design isn't your strength, There are plenty of professional resume templates available that you can use as a starting point. And of course, use a professional email address, usually your name, and double-check that all your contact info is up to date and easy to find at the top. When your resume is well formatted and tidy, it's so much easier for employers to find your qualifications. A clean, professional look shows that you're organized and detail-oriented, helping you make a positive impression before they even start reading your accomplishments. Great work sticking with me until the end. We've covered 5 huge resume mistakes, from tiny typos and generic content to information overload, overlooked achievements, and poor formatting, and most importantly, how you can avoid each one. By avoiding these pitfalls, you're already way ahead of the competition and one step closer to landing that interview. Before we wrap up, I have one more free resource to share with you. It's our A Smarter Job Search Guide, a powerful checklist designed to make your job search smarter and more effective. You'll find the link in the description below, so be sure to click it and download your copy. Don't miss out on this valuable guide. It's packed with tips to give you a head start on crafting the perfect resume and landing your dream job. Go ahead and grab your free A Smarter Job Search Guide now and take the next step toward your career success. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, remember to subscribe to our channel for more career tips and tricks. And feel free to share your success stories in the comments. We love hearing how our tips help you land opportunities. Download your free checklist, polish up that resume, and good luck with your job search. You've got this, and I'll see you in the next video.